Hi everyone and welcome to Show of the Week. Now this is our show where we talk about our game of the week, and also in this episode we've got some exciting news about Halo 4 and the Eurogamer Expo. It's going to be really good. The others will be here any minute, I swear.
Hey, alright.
Hey.
How's it going?
Yeah, not bad.
You said the studio would be ready by now.
It's nearly there. Mike's working on it.
Okay, alright, good.
Yeah, it's in good hands. Did you get a chance to check out Sleeping Dogs like I asked?
I did! They were adorable! No, not... What Sleeping Dogs were you talking about?
Sleeping Dogs the game. We saw it a while back when it was called True Crime Hong Kong, when it looked like a decent, if unremarkable, continuation of the slightly rubbish True Crime series, which you may remember as documenting the untold story of Snoop Dogg's police career.
Yeah, brand new Snoop Dogg. True crime, yeah.
He's a loose cannon, that one. But it had been in development even before that, under the title of Black Lotus, where it was due to have a female protagonist, an idea the developers shelved when they realised how violent they wanted the game to be.
Right from the beginning, we knew we wanted to create sort of a new IP that focused on hand-to-hand martial arts combat and was also, had undercover cop elements trying to take down triads. It was just something we were exploring, and I think there was sort of some pros and cons to each, but at the end of the day, we kind of felt like, especially for some of the violent, scenes and things that our main character was going to go through, that we felt even a little more comfortable having that be a male character.
Due to general antipathy from pretty much everyone, Activision decided to drop the game in 2011. However, Square Enix saw the game's potential and snapped up the publishing rights, a move that turned out to be pretty smart, as it now has a ranking of 80 on Metacritic and is the 6th best-selling game on first week sales of 2012. This is mostly due to the game just being loads of fun. You play as Wei Shen, a San Francisco police officer seconded to Hong Kong to infiltrate the Sun On Yee Triad faction, a task which is apparently achieved by free running, street racing, eating pork buns, and running around dressed like Bruce Lee, breaking people's limbs. Almost every aspect of the core gameplay feels cribbed from somewhere else, but as it has taken the best elements of a bunch of beloved games, it seems churlish to complain. Plus, it has karaoke, which is probably the main reason Sleeping Dogs is our game of the week.
Okay, I'm just going to go and check on Mike.
Okay. So cute.
Hey, how's the studio build going?
Good. The percussion section's coming along nicely.
Okay.
Oh, I checked out the Sleeping Dogs you were talking about.
Right, yeah, the game, not the snoozing canines, right?
Right, those, the
What
game.
did you think of it?
Good, I'm really getting into those contextual takedowns, they're pretty cool.
Yeah, they're awesome, aren't they? I really like the way they've taken that kind of Arkham style combat with the kind of free-flowing combos. But also it's got the contextual takedowns in it, so everything in the environment, you can use it against your enemies, so things will start flashing and you'll move in and grab stuff and it'll be really brutal and horrible and everyone's head comes off. Hey, still with me?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
Right, so as I was saying, the thing I really like about Sleeping Dogs combat is the way that you're fighting people and you grab their heads and then slash them in.
Actually, you know what? I think I'm just going to go and take a lie down.
Okay, well, see you later. What I really like about Sleeping Dogs is the way it's set in Hong Kong and not in New York or LA like all those other games. Oh, that's really interesting, Andy. That's an interesting thing to say. You should do a feature about it. Well, maybe I did do a feature about it. Maybe I worked really hard on a feature about it.
Easily the most famous city on Xbox 360 is Grand Theft Auto 4's Liberty City, an homage to New York that, while not street for street accurate, captures the soul of the place better than games that claim to have the real thing. The environment was rendered in unprecedented detail, right down to the hideous neon paint on the walls of the bowling alley that your idiot cousin insists on dragging you to.
I know, I'm a fat prick, what can I do?
Head up in a helicopter though and you get a sense of the sheer scale of the playground. If you've been checking the site in the past week, you'll have seen the evidence that GTA 5 is going to do a similar number on the City of Angels. Rockstar are still kings of the sandbox metropolis. At the other end of the visual quality spectrum is Stillwater from Saints Row 2, which occasionally looks like someone has reached into your Xbox 360 and ripped out the chips that separate it from an original Xbox. But while Saints Row 3's steel port looks prettier, the second game's freewheeling sense of fun meant that Stillwater just edged it in terms of entertainment. And unlike Liberty City, you could bring a mate along and crash planes into each other, while stark naked. And listening to The Land Down Under by Men at Work. Who says dreams can't come true? Comic book fans have been begging for a decent version of Gotham City to swoop around for years, but barring the PS1's abysmal Batman and Robin game, where the Dark Knight handled like a broken shopping trolley, no one had ever given it a proper stab. Then Rocksteady came along, riding high on the success of their pitch-perfect Arkham Asylum, and decided to tackle an open world for the sequel. Arkham City isn't the whole of Gotham, but it's a big enough chunk that you get a feel for the unique architecture offered by Batman's decades of rich fiction. What's more, with Batman's grapple and glide controls, navigating the city feels completely different from games that rely on cars and legwork. Talking of cars, Criterion built a city solely for them in Burnout Paradise. Paradise City had no people in it, just hundreds of seemingly haunted driverless vehicles. The addition of bikes via free DLC almost a year later put some flesh amongst the metal, but this is a game about inch-perfect drifts, darting between traffic and mashing the boost button like it owes you money. Pedestrians would only make us feel guilty as we mount the curb to shave another tenth of a second off our burning route time. Finally, Assassin's Creed has its fair share of fantastic, historically authentic cities, but our favourite is Venice in AC2. Brotherhood's Rome might have had more to do, but it also had far too much open space, and Assassins operate at peak efficiency in densely packed cityscapes. Enter Venice, which combines claustrophobic streets with canals and waterways to negotiate. In fact, the entire place would be positively idyllic if it weren't for the fact that we're sworn to murder every single loot player in the city. It's a full-time job, you know.
I think he's talking to himself over there.
Look at this one. He's got a tiny outfit on.
That's adorable again.
We should probably try and tie this to the game somehow.
Okay, feature on outfits in Sleeping Dogs.
High fives.
Sure, you could play through all of Sleeping Dogs entirely in your boxers, like Mike insists on doing, but why would you when the game is full of so many great unlockable costumes? The very best ones are based on the movies that inspired the game itself, and frankly, we can't have it on our conscience any longer if you haven't got them all. So, here's a quick guide. First up are the martial arts costumes that you earn by beating each of the 4 kung fu schools around the city. Each school has 6 rounds to beat, but all are fairly straightforward if you've unlocked some good moves and stock up on performance-enhancing pork buns and green tea before you start.
Right, we have a winner.
Seriously,
here's your payday.
That's the best you can do.
The outfits are Tony Jaa's Muay Boran gear from Ong Bak, Jackie Chan's Rumble in the Bronx threads, Stephen Chow's Kung Fu suit from the end of Kung Fu Hustle, and Bruce Lee's iconic shirtless look from Fist of Fury. We're sticking with Brucey for the next outfit, the Haitian vintage jumpsuit, which bears a strong resemblance to Lee's Game of Death tracksuit. This is in a lockbox on the roof of the Golden Koi. You should run across this during the early missions, but if you do miss it, just turn right out of your first apartment, then take a left and climb the roof. You need a face of at least 8 to wear it though. What an odd sentence. Next up is the part-time assassin outfit, a reference to the Hong Kong action film Full-Time Killer. This is found in a lockbox on the long windy road between Aberdeen and Victoria Peak at this point on the map. Park up under the Gulag sign, hop out, and the shiny red leather jacket is yours. Finally, we have Mr. Black, a black suit and sunglasses ensemble in tribute to Quentin Tarantino's Jackie Brown, Reservoir Dogs. This is found in an underpass at the very north part of North Point as you head towards Central. Take a left into the impound lot, then break everyone's legs until they fall asleep and pick the combination lock to claim your prize. Come on, Wade, tuck your shirt in, you look like a right scruff.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Feedbag, where we share the choicest cuts of comments from the site, Facebook, YouTube and Twitter. First up, Sam McGill says on our What We've Learned from The Walking Dead video, what we've learned, Jane appears to be in The Walking Dead.
Right, I guess he's talking about Carly. There is a slight resemblance when we're both shouty and outraged.
Shouty and outraged, yeah.
Chill the fuck out!
You sure that's who he meant? So I was getting a Jane vibe from some of those zombies at the end.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Next up, Bogdan Cantor says, damn, Xbox only website. Guess I won't be seeing Jane anymore. Too bad.
Not so, Bogdan. Although we will be covering Xbox exclusive titles, of course, the majority of games will be multi-platform, so you can still find out about upcoming games for your
Oh, you can do it.
PlayStation.
Yes, there you go. Nice work. Next up, Mr. Tom FTW says of our Black Ops video, left trigger, right trigger, left trigger, right trigger, left trigger, right trigger, press right on D-pad, repeat.
Hang on. What was after left trigger again?
Right trigger.
Oh man, this is strategy you can't buy.
Finally, This Is Cyberfire on Twitter asks if we'll be at the Eurogamer Expo next month.
Yes, we absolutely will be at Eurogamer Expo. This is Cyberfire. And now we can reveal exclusively that Eurogamer Expo news we were talking about. Halo 4 is going to be there in a big, big way.
Right, Frank O'Connor from 343 Industries is going to be there talking to the public at midday on 27th of September. And most excitingly of all, Halo Infinity multiplayer will be playable on the show floor.
Yeah, so get tickets if you're a Halo fan.
Or if you want to see us.
Yeah, I'm going to get the tickets for Halo.
Yeah, I'm sick of us. So that's it for this week's show.
Between now and next week, send us your comments, questions and suggestions on Twitter, where we're at outsidexbox, or on Facebook, where we're at facebook.com/outsidexbox.
Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next Friday. Cool, I think that went pretty well.
Yeah, pretty good.
Right, on with the studio build. If you could just hold this rickety, dangerous ladder for me while I climb up here and fiddle with these dangerous electrical circuits and the lights, that'd be great. Okay, God, it's certainly dangerous up here. There's a load of open electrical circuits and just wires everywhere. Someone could really take me down contextually while I'm up here. I'm glad I've got you here, Mike. You're a real friend, looking after me, making sure nobody contextually takes me down. I think the cornerstone of our friendship is the way that you never take me down contextually.